Donald Trump, but we know going in, about 30% of voters were saying, we don't really know who she is or what she's about. Do you think she did enough to define herself to make that affirmative case?
I don't. There were a couple of answers where she talked about her economic plans. It's the top issue. Trump beats her on that point. I think people still have a lot of questions about what she would do in the economy.
One interesting nugget by our team's count, the former president said the name Biden something like 15 times, didn't say Kamala or Harris once. She addressed that by saying, clearly, I'm not Joe Biden, but I think that's an interesting point, is where the former president's head is at this point.
All right, let's bring in Florida Senator Marco Rubio. He's a surrogate for the Trump campaign. Senator, thanks for coming on with us. Did we see the best version of Donald Trump, in your opinion, tonight?
Well, two things. These candidates have very different objectives going on. Donald Trump's well known. He was the president of the United States. He's been campaigning basically for the last 8 years, 4 years, and 6. Actually, going back to 2016. Most voters didn't even know who Kamala Harris was. Tonight, for the first time, they got glimpses of it. Look, I don't think the moderators did the best job of pressing her on this, but I think got glimpses of what she has stood for as recently as 2019 and 2020. And it's here in Philadelphia, here in Pennsylvania, where she wanted to ban fracking. But beyond that, I think there are all kinds of things that the moderators never asked, questions that I wanted to see asked. For example, grocery prices are up 50% from 2020. What's your responsibility for that? I thought her answer on Afghanistan was complete nonsense. She was vice president at the time. Joe Biden didn't withdraw from Afghanistan. We were run out of Afghanistan. So on issue after issue, I think for the first time, voters are starting to get a glimpse of someone and starting to understand the positions that she truly believes in. She's basically cut and paste, literally cut and paste out of the Biden agenda. People don't want the Biden agenda, but what she really believes in are the radical ideas that she ran on in 2019 and 2020. I think for a lot of Americans who don't know a lot about her, tonight they were introduced to those facts. I think that's going to have an impact on this race.
Senator, you just laid out the case against her pretty clearly. Do you wish that Donald Trump had done so more clearly?
Well, I think he did. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm not one of these guys that likes to complain about moderators. This one was tough not to. I think it was really one-sided, and some of the fact-checking was wrong. There are, in fact, states in this country, the state of Minnesota, where a child born in a botched abortion is allowed to die, provided palliative care and allowed to die. So some of the fact-checking I thought was truly unfair, but on balance, as people heard things about, you wanted to take away guns from people in the past, you wanted the Bernie Sanders healthcare plan, you wanted to ban fracking.
He's clearly a Trump supporter, but he can't even defend Trump himself.
Rioters in 2020 in the summer. These are new facts that a lot of people don't know about Kamala Harris that they learned tonight for the first time. And I think, as you see in the polling, a lot of
shut up,
25%
Marco.
of Americans wanted to learn more about her, and they learned more about her tonight.
Senator Rubio, thank you for your time. We want to go to Kate Snow. She's been talking with a group of undecided voters in where else? Battleground, Pennsylvania. Kate, we've all been dying to hear what they thought and how they reacted to what they heard tonight.
Yes, Savannah, it's been really interesting watching it with you all because I can see your reactions in real time. There were a lot of visceral reactions. In one word, if I can ask, how would you headline this debate? One word to describe what you saw then.
That's 4 words. Same old, same old.
Hannah.
Manipulative.
And Andrew.
Lies on both sides.
Okay.
Lies.
You came in all undecided. Has anything changed your mind tonight? Is there anything you heard here that you thought, oh yeah, I could go for that policy. I could stand with that candidate?
Not really. For me, I think Kamala had a good debate. I feel more favorably towards her than to Donald.
It
But
seems like
I'm still
not sure.
Not 100%.
The two of you women reacted very strongly when Harris was talking about abortion. When both candidates were talking about abortion, you reacted strongly to Donald Trump and his positions. You seemed emotional about it, Hannah.
Yes.
What was your thought on that? What was it about that part of the debate that struck you?
His misinformation. He sensationalized just so much facts or not things that are not facts that have been disproven. And he does it because that is what his supporters want to hear. And it really impacts who people like us, if we choose to vote for him or not, because we know you are lying, but you're still saying it, and it's disgusting.
You all said it was the economy going in. Andrew, anything you heard that changes how you're thinking about their economic policies?
No, because at the end of the day, December and November is going to roll around, and they're going to pass. They're going to say we're going to shut down the government. They're going to pass nothing else is going to change. They're just going to keep spending money uncontrollably. Donald Trump spent $6 trillion in 2019 and added that to our deficit. So absolutely not. They're spending money, and then it's coming back into the government, to the congressman, into the Senate, through funds, through PACs, through all the disgustingness.
Thank you so much, Hannah, Lynn. It's been great to be with you. I'll send it back to Chris.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Kristen Walker, Holly Jackson back for some final thoughts. Kristen, first to you. Will we know who won this debate in days or weeks or months?
Well, a couple of weeks, I would say, once we look at the new poll numbers, Lester. As we've been saying, the Harris campaign feels emboldened. They just put out a statement saying Vice President Harris is ready for a second debate. Is Donald Trump? The big question, will that actually happen? And again, it's just fascinating to hear the voters who are sitting there with Kate Snow to hear that one of them at least feels a little bit more favorably toward Harris.
As we start to close our coverage, I always like to say Election Day is XX days away, but in fact, Election Day is, well, it starts tomorrow in one state, but it's 6 days away in Pennsylvania. Early voting is a huge factor.
Those mail-in ballots going out in Pennsylvania, you've got it in other battleground states as well coming up soon, including Michigan just this month. So that is for real, right? What's happening tonight matters when people go to make their decision about who they want in the White House. So will there be a second debate? That's an open question. You look at what's next. All four of these leaders, Kamala Harris and her running mate, former President Trump and his running mate, will be in 9/11 ceremonies tomorrow.
All right, thanks. That concludes our coverage of tonight's debate between